Right, good morning to you all. Had a very good day yesterday. Went to a cactus meeting at Crawley, which was very, very good. We had two speakers, one speaking on succulents and the other on cacti, which is fairly normal for these type of meetings. It was very interesting, and of course we had dealers selling plants, which I used. Anyhow, the reason for this is to show you some of the plants that I picked up. One or two are common, other ones are fairly rare. There, we'll start with this little group here. We've got an Opuntia. Unfortunately, it lost a few of the joints on the way through, but you always expect that. The ones that dropped out, they've cut that into the, plonk them in there, plus the other bits as well. But not to worry, they'll soon root up. The beauty about this is the buds. It looks like one of these dwarf types of Opuntias, which flowers fairly easy within a greenhouse. The name, you can make it out, is Opuntia mulleriana. It's nice to have a record of the name, because if I go and lose the label, I can look at a YouTube and say, oh yeah, that's so and so and so and so. It's I haven't repotted this one. I think that's probably okay, and I don't fancy repotting it at this stage. Now, another plant I got is the one at the back here. Is an old favourite from many years ago, Homocophalia texensis, to give its old name. It now goes under the name of Echinocactus texensis. I still prefer the old name. It's a very, very strong, well-spined, and it's fairly widespread in nature through Texas and adjacent areas, and its common name is horse crippler, and you can see why. It is quite a vicious plant. We get a bit closer there, you can see what I mean. And I understand that when it's at rest, it sinks down a bit, and the spines, which are downward facing at the moment, turn round and face upwards. So it is not a very nice plant to step on, or even let a horse go on it. Horse crippler. It's Homocophalia texensis. I remember getting one of these many years ago. I don't know what happened to it. It was probably an imported plant. But there are. This one's been well rooted, and I'm well pleased with it. There's not a mark on it. Funny enough, I saw it at another cactus do. It was on the Cactus Mart in Kent, and I saw the same plant, and I saw it there, and I thought, oh, that's interesting, but I didn't go for it. When I saw it yesterday, and that was after it had been to another branch meeting and not been sold, I thought, oh well, that's meant for me. So I had it. Next to that, we've got an interesting succulent, Crassula pyramidalis. It's allied to what used to be a plant called Crassula lycopodioides, but this is a larger form. I think it's a fairly slow grower, but nevertheless it's quite a nice looking plant. It's got several heads there. They're made up of leaves in like groups of 4. Pyramidalis. That was repotted. Oops. Now also they had this large aloe variegata. I understand this in nature is fairly rare. Years ago, this one's in bloom. Years ago, when I started out, probably about 8 or 9 at the time. So many years ago, I can't really remember, but this was quite a common plant. And I remember when I was going to school, someone had one indoors, or the family had one indoors, and it was broken up, and I think I had a cutting of it. And that was aloe variegata. The partridge-breasted aloe, I believe it's called, to give one of the commoner names. Quite an easy grower, but be careful with the watering. It pushes up as you can see, new shoots from underneath. Anyhow, I am going to go down to the other greenhouse where I've potted up some of the plants that I got and found space for them. I'm running out of space, quickly running out of space, but not to worry. Let's go down there and have a little look. Excuse me getting down there quick. I'll say the weather today is a bit cooler than it was yesterday, and looks like we might get a little bit of rain. Temperature has dropped as well. It's I make it 13 degrees Celsius, the old thermometer there. Someone's asked me if I would do something on lithops. I can certainly do that. You might have guessed I do love talking. Now in here, if I can find where it is, I put, oh here we are, I've got three Opuntias there. There were 3 I got. Mahaniopsis minima and 2 Opuntias, which unfortunately the labels come out in the car. Well, this first one that I'm pointing to has a large rootstock. It's either Opuntia boliviensis or Opuntia schaefii, and the other one there is the other species. So I'm going to have to get the books out and have a little look, or even Google. Google is a good source now to find information. And incidentally, while I'm here, it was been so hot. I've commented about this many times, warning people about the heat and how their plants can be made to melt. You've got an example here of this poor Aгароderma. This side got burnt out, and that's simply through the very bright and hot sun. And let's face it, we've got a ventilation in here. That fan is going. The windows at the time had come wide open, they're closed now, and the door was open, so even through all of that you can burn. Look at this one here, that's got a bit of burning on it. It's a shame, so you've always got to be on your guard. Mind you, the weather was exceptionally hot. Oh, also I got at that place, which was very good, is a Monodinium spectabile. I've been told that it's one that needs a bit of moisture. Well, when I got it, it was, as I say, it had been repotted. it was quite wet, but looking alright. Those marks on there, the white stuff, was unfortunately in the car or somewhere along the route. One of the puntier spines attacked it and caused it to bleed. And as you can see, they got white latex, which I understand can be quite poisonous. So if you're ever tinkering about with these or euphorbias, which is an allied group, treat this latex with a bit of respect, because it can be nasty, and I've heard funny stories about that, which I won't go into, but you know, touching it on the skin can be not very nice, so be careful. That's more or less it today. As I say, I picked up another Xeriosequias, which is under there. It's this one in there. I'm trying to get different clones of that, so that if they flower, and I understand they're male and female depending on the plant. I haven't flowered it yet, and as you can see, it's not a particularly small plant. Some are not doing that well. They're closed, you know. It's a funny plant. If it doesn't like you, it will well, if it doesn't like you, it doesn't like you, and it won't grow very well. Let's have another plant I got, if I can get to it. Is this one here. Ariocarpus agavioides. I've got number 3 there. That's quite a nice plant. A bit tricky. Care with the watering. And there we are. Ariocarpus agavioides. So I was well pleased with the bits and bobs that I picked up yesterday. I noticed, oh, there's a close-up of that Lophophora with the pinky purple flowers. They're producing seeds, and the seeds are quite viable. You get the seeds, hook them out, put them in, and they should germinate. Now I've got this end, I can have a look at certain things. And unfortunately, the sun has been hot. Stuff that's got used to the sun is still burnt in a couple of cases. But it can't be helped. You know, you only watch things certain times. Oh, I noticed the old Longiides has made a couple of shoots at the base. That's a Warthia Longii, I believe. I think it was named after Mr. Long. It doesn't refer to the long leaves. And more I can see of these blinking lithops with that white stuff on them. I haven't received the Chinosol yet, but as soon as I do, I shall be giving these a good spray and see if it does some good. Oh, squeeze my way out. I think that's all the plants that I got yesterday. Oh, incidentally, while I'm chatting about the plants, fertiliser. Chempac, cactus and succulent fertiliser. You only use a tiny amount. I think it says somewhere how much to use. Using the enclosed spoon, dissolve 1 level measure of fertiliser in 1 litre, which is approximately 2 pints of water. Feed this to your cactus and succulent once a week during the growing season. Cactus and succulent should be kept almost dry during winter months, just providing a little water if grown on a windowsill in a heated room. So with a bit of bit of discretion on that and use it. And I say, this is supposed to be very good. Chempak has been going a long time now. Now I picked that up at off of eBay. And the flowers on there, always nice. That's Heathii, Debayam Heathii. This one there, as far as I know, is Lithops steineckiana. It was a plant which was found growing in Steinek's nursery many years ago. I don't know if this is a steineckiana. It's thought to be a hybrid, but it's different to the rest. The more and more I look at these, the more and more I see this white stuff. So as I say, for those that have missed my comments on it, be very wary when you buy John Innes compost and presumably other compost, because it is mixed now with household waste, which I think is disgusting, but there we are. These are things that happen. This obviously affects England. I don't know about other countries. So if you get John Innes, it should smell nice as well. And go to a good garden centre rather than do-it-yourself store, because it certainly seems to be better. The one I'm using is Westfield, or West something or other, which is quite good. Anyhow, I'm going to stop talking now because I've been talking too long. What I never also mentioned, I got 3 plants. This is not the one, but I've had flowering on the red form of Nelli, and I thought, right, it's a nice plant to get seed from, so I picked up 3 youngsters, young ones of those, at the show yesterday. They're nice little plants, so hopefully they'll grow on alongside these, and if they flower I'll be able to tickle them up. You need the 2 plants obviously to get seed. The normal ones is that one there. That's the normal one. There's also, can't show you because it's out at the moment, or it's finished, but it's got a much darker flower. But it's good old Nelly, Plus Nelly. I particularly like those. There's some more there. Some Nellies, named after Gert Cornelius Nel, who was working in South Africa many years ago. Anyhow, I'm going to stop talking now. I'll be driving you all asleep. So thanks again for watching. I'll try and do one on lithops culture. I know someone's asked me about lithop culture. Of course, this is going to vary from country to country, so I can more or less base it on what the plant does, and when certain things happen with the plant, the flowering and the resting, because they're supposed to be rested at certain times. Anyhow, thanks again. Any comments please leave. As I say, I can't answer a lot of them now because my eyes are still playing up. I've had a date. I think it's July sometime I get the first operation for my eyes, so after that I should be able to see a bit clearly. I'm loaded if I can now. Oh, and another one I got yesterday, or another 2, with another Tephra-cactus. I keep seeing things. Tephra-cactus bonaria. That looks like a slow grower. And also a Panthea basilaris. This is, I think they call the beaver tail cactus in America. And I passed a comment. I said, well, it's the wrong shape. It should be large pads. but I was told that's how they started life. So I said, okay, I'll have one, and we will see what it does. Basilaris is quite a nice plant. The pads are sort of a pinky colour. Well, this one's not very pink at the moment, so we'll wait and see. Got the old Lowy eyes, I've given those a bit of a drink. That one's lack of water, but I have given it a drink. You have to keep the water off from the stems because they will rot very easily. I mentioned the other day that in nature they tend to be grown on the side. I was originally going to put these into a hanging basket and sort of lay them over, but I changed my mind, mainly for the space. What else have we got? I'm in a talking mood, I must admit. Nothing else, I think. Anyhow, once again, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, please like, and everything else you do. Thanks again. Thank you.